What is going on, Sports Wars? We're here. We're live for Monday evening quarterback. Got a lot of stuff going on tonight. We got Monday Night Football. We got MLB playoffs going on right now. We got Phillies and Dodgers. And then, of course, a little bit later on, Cubs, Brewers, game 2. We'll see how that works out. But right now, we're here to talk about all the stuff we got right yesterday and all the stuff we got wrong yesterday. And there's a pretty good mix of both out there. When we were looking at these games yesterday, I was like, it just looks terrible because there were so many games where you didn't quite know who to pick. Maybe you thought this guy's going to win, but they're the away team. You don't know if this team's going to blow up or not. There was some crazy things. And already after week 5 of the NFL, we have no more unbeatens.
Yeah,
that might be the earliest that this has happened in quite some time because the Phillies and the Bills both lost. Not the Phillies. The Eagles and the Bills both lost yesterday. And now the only team that's got a 0 somewhere in there is the fucking Justin Fields-led Jets. Man, it's always, it wasn't Justin Fields' fault in Chicago. Well, they just didn't give enough time in Pittsburgh. And I'm sure there's going to be more excuses coming for his performance against the Dallas Cowboys, which everyone else has lit the fuck up, by the way. And I believe Justin Fields had about 40 yards passing at halftime and got a couple touchdowns in garbage time. But I'm sure there'd be more excuses from.
Yeah, he ended with 283, I think.
Oh, he did. I mean, yeah, like the fourth quarter, he probably got fucking 150 of those yards, like when they were down 3 scores or something. But I'm sure that will be the cope. It'll be like, look, he had more yards passing than Dak. Justin Fields is not the problem. I'm sure that'll happen.
I was wrong a lot yesterday. A lot. I had more losses than wins yesterday.
It was a rough week.
It was a weird week, man. It was a weird week.
I believe I'm about even. I think that I'm even, and tonight's going to determine whether I have a winning week, whatever the fuck this is, week 5, or a losing week 5. So we'll see what happens. But we got to get into some of these games. We were watching the morning game as it was happening.
Yep.
Let's see if I can pull this up here. We were watching the London game, the morning London game, which they don't even want to show any highlights. Look at that. They don't have anything to show from that.
That's right. They don't.
No highlights needed on ESPN. It happened in another fucking country, so it doesn't count. But I tell you what, the Browns almost snuck away with this victory. Dylan Gabriel, gotta be honest, if you're the Browns, you're probably pretty happy with what you saw yesterday, despite the loss to a Minnesota Vikings team with a pretty good defense and a defense that typically feasts on young rookie quarterbacks. Dylan Gabriel looked okay, a little inefficient at times, but looked okay. They got Judkins going on the ground, but when it mattered most, Carson Wentz fucking rolled the clock back a little bit and scored a touchdown with just a couple seconds left, and the Vikings walk away the winners.
Yeah,
they needed that too.
They did need it. Rumors are that JJ McCarthy is going to come back next week. I think that's a bad decision. Keep Carson Wentz out there. And this team, does it not look more put together with Jordan Addison back?
Well, the problem is they just lost last week, and Wentz looked pretty fucking bad. Like if they had won both of these games, that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought that Carson Wentz was going to walk in there. They were going to win both of these games overseas, first in Ireland against when they play the Steelers last week.
Correct.
And then the Browns. And I thought then it'd be a very difficult decision. I don't think Carson Wentz has looked overly impressive, but I wouldn't be surprised if when JJ McCarthy comes back in, if there's a little bit of a quick hook. I'm just going to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised.
It probably will be him coming back because they have a bye week. So they don't play again until the 19th. That's a tough game to come back to, though. It is a home game for them, but it's against the Eagles. So not a great game to come back to, but, I mean, you're going to have extra time.
I mean, I think Carson Wentz has looked more comfortable, and he's been commanding that offense better than what we saw J.J. McCarthy do.
Yeah. We've only seen like 2 good quarters of J.J. McCarthy.
Right. Yeah.
We saw 3 terrible quarters against Chicago and then 1 good quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know what we've seen other than that, to be honest. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're the Browns, you got to be pretty happy with where you're at. Your defense is still playing amazing. Gabriel wasn't, I mean, for a rookie quarterback, that was the reason why I couldn't pick the Browns and ended up laying it with the Vikings there. It was because a rookie quarterback first started on the road. We saw it with that Jackson Dart, his first road start down in New Orleans. And then here, I mean, this is in London. That's just a terrible spot. And he actually played all right. Yeah, they only got 17 points, but I mean, he wasn't. You can't say he was the reason they lost the game.
But he played well.
I think going up against those expectations to not turn the ball over, and to have them in position to win this game down to the final minute, basically. I think they're probably. I mean, you want to win every fucking game, but I think internally they're probably pretty happy with this start against a Brian Flores defense that never loses to rookies. With the exception of, I believe, Trevor Lawrence in 2021 or whatever that was. It's the only Brian Flores defense, whether he's a head coach or a defensive coordinator, that's lost to a rookie quarterback. So overall, pretty good performance from him. But the Browns, as usual, do not come away with a victory.
No.
This game, bro, Geno fucking Smith.
He's always due.
Cannot not throw interceptions.
He's always doing.
There is no possible way that he cannot throw interceptions. The Colts put up a 40 burger on these motherfuckers.
Yes, they did.
I'm so glad I didn't fall for it this week and take the points with the Raiders. Actually, we ended up picking the Colts on that one and playing the Colts. But yikes, dude, this Raiders team is terrible. At some point, you think they're going to turn it around, but it's Geno Smith, man. His body language out there, he's throwing fits, slamming his helmet. They got who do they have as backup?
I was just about to say, who's their backup? No, Aiden O'Connell has a broken arm.
Aiden O'Connell's busted right now, so it's not him. I do
Kenny
think
Pickett.
Oh, actually,
Kenny Pickett.
Can't be worse. It can't be worse.
Like Geno can get the ball downfield and stuff like that, but he just throws too many fucking picks. It's just constant with this guy. What are his numbers at for the season right now? If we look at Geno,
I think 8 in the last 3 games.
6 and 9. 6 and 9. 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions for Geno Smith. That's wild. And Uncut Hoops, little Browns related discussion. Shador fans equal Bronny fans. Pretty much that's the fucking case. Anyone who considers himself a Shador Sanders fan should jump off a fucking cliff. But Jonathan Taylor didn't have many yards, but he did punch the ball in the end zone 3 times. The Colts oftentimes were getting the ball in very good field position. Bro, the fact that the Raiders couldn't get in the end zone in this game with as many possessions as they had is quite frankly pathetic.
Yeah. And
Genty looked good when he was able to get touches, but obviously it got so out of hand that they had to go away from the run game pretty early on.
Right. And with the Bills lost last night. Sorry, go for it, Will.
Oh, I was just going to say, Brock Bowers was a healthy scratch before the game. That kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that fucked me in my fantasy league. He was questionable. I'm like, okay, he's been questionable for the past 2 weeks. I'm going to start him. He'll be fine. Then I didn't realize, I'm like, well, shit, he's out. Well, I got a big old 0 on my fantasy team for starting Brock Bowers. But with the Bills loss last night, Daniel Jones.
Oh, God.
Is he the front runner for MVP through 5 weeks?
I don't think you can say that because you got another 4-1 team whose quarterback is doing a lot more heavy lifting than Daniel Jones. And that is the man that you bet against yesterday, Baker fucking Mayfield. Never doubt him again, Beardo. Never fucking slander the good name of Baker Mayfield in your life.
Yeah, that was a mistake of mine.
I think Baker's front. For me, I think Baker's front runner right now.
Could be. Yeah.
But it's only 5
a good argument.
Games, but
yeah.
You can't deny how well Daniel Jones is playing. The fact that Anthony Richardson is coming in there for mop-up duty like the bitch he is so perfect.
Well, Daniel Jones is definitely in the conversation, though.
I don't think you can take him out of the conversation. I think he's got to be in there, 4-1, playing really well. His numbers aren't blowing you away, right? When you do look at this. Now, first in QBR, he's playing very efficiently. But I do think
minimal
we need to
mistakes.
see some. We need to bump up those numbers, those TDs a little bit for old Daniel Jones if we're gonna get him in that real conversation long term.
Mm-hmm.
Long term. But I mean, we all expected the Colts to win this game, I think, but fuck, dude, just an annihilation. Now, one of the most exciting games we got to watch yesterday, Giants Saints. Again, Beardo, I can't believe you doubted the greatness of Spencer Rattler. We all knew he was due. It was only a matter of time for him to get his first win ever. And it does come against the New York Giants. How did you feel watching this game?
The first quarter, I felt really good. I felt really good in the first quarter. The offense was sound. 2 touchdowns for Jackson Dart in the first half. Looking really good. The connection with Theo Johnson, we needed to get him going. And Scadaboo just, laying the stick, man. Laying the freaking hit stick, man. He's a rhinoceros back there. But what killed the Giants and all the momentum that they had going into the second half, and actually early in the second quarter, was mistakes. Fumbles. 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions from Jackson Dart. Darius Slayton had a fumble on a great play. He had a fumble. He also dropped a beautiful flea flicker play. Just dropped. He had it in his hands, dropped.
Wait. Was that the one that was underthrown?
Nah, it was perfect. It was a perfect pass.
No.
It was a perfect pass. I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan. It was a perfect pass.
Hold on. I'm not going to put that at him because that was an underthrown ball. Now, the way that I don't know if Jackson Dart really had the ability to step into it, just kind of the way the play evolved, but it was significantly underthrown.
It should have been caught.
Dude, you should have seen
Beardo's
face when Jackson Dart just gave that ball away.
On the fumble?
Yeah, like he just dropped the ball. We're sitting there. We're like a few minutes away before we got to head to the airport. Beardo just turns off the TV, goes, "We're going. We're leaving. We're out of here."
Because you were at Beardo's house to watch this game, so you got to be in his presence as he thought the Giants had their easiest matchup of the year, and he was so excited.
Not even just at his house watching with him. We had it on for the hour ride to the airport, and he eventually, when we were right to get to the airport, and he threw that last interception, he just turned off the game. I got to see it all.
To Kool-Aid, a man named Kool-Aid got 2 interceptions.
To Kool-Aid. But mistakes, man. Scadaboo had a fumble. Jackson Dart had a fumble and 2 interceptions, and Darius Slayton also had a fumble. Not good. You can't win games when you have 5 turnovers as a team. So that's what killed us, man. All the momentum was lost. All the good momentum we had in the first half was lost with all of those mistakes. So whatever.
Was Jackson Dart responsible for all 5 turnovers?
No. So Scadaboo had a fumble.
Scadaboo had a fumble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I'll say, and this is not trolling or anything. This is genuinely, I feel like the Saints at home, even though they're like this hodgepodge of a fucking team, like I do feel like they remain competitive when they play at home. And they stay in some of these games, which is why I picked them yesterday, because I felt like going against the Giants that they'd finally be able to kind of get over that hump at home. Spencer Rattler has his first win as a starting quarterback in the NFL. I do got a bone to pick with your man Burns, though.
What happened?
All those fucking sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single one yesterday.
What's going on, man?
I had him in prize picks in my prize picks lineup because it was, he didn't even need a full sack, Beardo. It was a quarter of a sack.
Quarter of a sack.
So we just needed partial credit. He just needed half a sack. Couldn't get it done. The elusive Spencer Rattler.
Don't worry, Beardo. Next week you can watch a real team go in there and show you how it's done to beat the Saints at home.
The Patriots? You're playing the Saints? I think the Giants either have a bye or they have Denver. I think it's Denver.
I think you're right.
Well, no. Sorry, we have the Eagles. We have the Eagles on. We have the Eagles on Thursday night. We have we have the Eagles Thursday night, and then I think a bye in between the Eagles and then Denver. Anyways,
maybe you can catch the Eagles when they're down.
I think Denver plays the Jets in London.
I think that's their bye.
Yes. The Denver and the Jets are playing in London next week.
Why the hell does ESPN, when it shows the schedule, why do they not show their bye week? That's frustrating.
You have to actually look at the dates and figure out when the bye is.
You'd have to go. So it's like this, right? If you go to week 6, you'll see all the games, and then you go down and you see who's on a bye.
I see. Okay. That's gay.
Kind of is, but only 2 teams on a bye next week. But we're talking about this week. Another game that I think we were a little split on when it came to our picks. Look, I knew that Justin Fields wasn't going to be able to do shit. I don't care if Dallas is the worst fucking defense in the league. I don't care about any of this stuff. I knew the Cowboys were going to go in there and stomp on them, and that's what they did. This final score really isn't even indicative of how far apart this game was. It was 23-3 at halftime. Justin Fields had about 40 yards fucking passing. Dude looked like absolute trash. Cowboys really kind of just started going back and prevent defense. It's when they scored 2 touchdowns in the second half. But this game was over relatively quickly. The Cowboys and Javonte Williams continues to be very, very effective for the Dallas Cowboys. He's been a huge pickup for them this year.
Which is impressive because they had no run game last year. And they weren't projected to be that good at running this year. And he's just carrying the team.
Yeah, he even against the Bears, that first touch that he had of the game, he went on like a 25-yard run that Tyreek Stevenson ripped out of his arms to change an obviously huge negative play. But Williams has been very, very good this year for them. And the Cowboys crawl back to even at 2-1. But this Jets team is the worst team in the league right now.
Yeah.
And I expected a little bit more from this defense. I expected a little bit more than what we've seen from Justin Fields on offense, but I didn't expect a lot. I didn't think they would be this bad. I certainly didn't think they'd make the playoffs or anything like that, but I thought they'd be a 6-7 win team somewhere in that range. Not the fucking case so far. Not the fucking case at all.
Yeah, no, this was embarrassing. I was on the Jets and it was a gross pick going in. And then when you saw 23-3 at half, I was like, why? Why did I make that? I mean, I questioned myself at halftime a lot of these games. Now, some of them came back in my favor, but this one never had a chance.
I was on the Jets yesterday. It was gross, but after talking with Will and Ghost on Game On, they convinced me, man. I was like, you know what? This is a spot where the Cowboys lose. I should have went with my gut feeling that wasn't going to happen because the Jets stink. Justin Fields is a bum. But, yeah, I got this one wrong yesterday.
Justin Fields sucks, man. I don't know what to tell people other than that. I've been saying it for 5 years at this point. When it comes to Justin, and I know he's got like some little weird hardcore dedicated fan base. It's always in my Twitter algorithm.
It's the gay Ohio State fans, man.
It's some Ohio State people, but it's also like Bears fans who got like very attached to him as like the guy and stuff. And I never felt that about Justin. I would have loved for him to be the guy. I didn't like the draft pick when he was taken. I didn't like him the first couple years. I didn't like him after. I never liked Justin. The fact that you had actual delusional people. Do you remember the conversation before his 4th year where people were legitimately
MVP conversation,
putting him in MVP conversation?
Yeah.
I didn't understand what the fuck was going on or how the fuck this happens, because if you watched what was happening on the field, I don't know how any sane person could have said that.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, man.
I got to give a shout out to Garrett Wilson. Garbage time touchdown. He is a sneaky good fantasy wide receiver this year. He's consistently getting you double digits. Just saying. So shout out to the 1 minute, 42 seconds left in the game, snagging a touchdown. Love it.
Yeah, absolute fucking garbage time. That is just Justin Fields to a T.
Yeah, the final score of this game does not reflect how much of an ass beating this was.
Yeah, not really. And I can even go back and show this. When we go back, I didn't mean to hit back, but look at the win probability. It's at 96% Dallas, right? Because at the start of the second half. And then it just fucking stayed there at around 99.9 for the entire fourth quarter when Justin Fields was scoring his points.
Mm-hmm.
So congrats to Justin. You have more mixtapes Reels named after you, but you fucking suck as always.
Stinks.
This game,
Mm-hmm.
look, I was kind of depressed because Denver couldn't do shit. Denver couldn't do shit this entire fucking game. And even though I picked the Eagles, I so desperately wanted somebody to beat their ass. I needed somebody to beat their ass. Bo Nix looked look, both of these quarterbacks had difficult kind of difficulty sustaining drives throughout the game. Obviously, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles were able to do a little bit more early in that game, but both of them had trouble sustaining drives. And Denver just went on a fucking tear in the fourth quarter, and Philadelphia could not answer them.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon, only 6 carries in the game. How does that happen?
He had a big touchdown reception.
He did, but how does Saquon Barkley only have 6 carries? Now, if you told me that, and you know what, I'm going to get to why I think this is in a second, but if you told me that Saquon would only have 6 carries in a game, I would assume that the Denver Broncos scored on their first 3 possessions and you're down by fucking 20 points, and so you're just chucking the ball. That's
or he got hurt.
What's that?
Or he got hurt. You're like, he must have went out in the first quarter.
Right, sure. But instead, no, the Eagles were in control the vast majority of this game. How does Saquon only get those carries? I'll tell you why. I think that it's because of the A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, them being very unhappy with their roles. And so they decided we're going to focus. We're going to let Jalen fucking throw the ball. He's going to throw the ball 40 fucking times in this game. We're going to show you what this offense can be. And they showed us 17 fucking points. That's what I think was going on. That's why I think these play calls were the way they were. That's why I think Saquon got so little usage. And you fucking see that they can't even score 20 points if
he was thrown deep.
Rip it.
He was thrown deep a lot. He did find Devontae Smith a few times. He was trying to force it to AJ Green. AJ Green had some good coverage on him with Surtain on him nearly all game. But that last drive, they got a crucial pass interference on Denver going to Goddard, and then they went to Goddard again, and they didn't call the pass interference at the goal line. It clearly was pass interference. The guy did not play the ball or get his head around. But calling pass interference on Goddard 2 times in a row, I think the refs might have, been a little nervous, didn't want to do that because whatever reasons. I do think that second pass to Goddard at the end of the game should have been pass interference as well, back to back. But I'm not mad about it. Fuck the Eagles.
Did Lane Johnson go out in this game? I didn't get to see the full game. I saw someone in the chat say it doesn't help when your left tackle goes out.
I do think that Lane Johnson got rolled up on by another offensive lineman. I don't remember when that was. I can't tell you if that was like third quarter or something, but I know he did exit for a period of time. I don't know how long he stayed out. But
did I say AJ Green?
You did. I just didn't correct you.
I meant AJ Brown. I meant, different colors. AJ, which one plays for the Eagles? AJ Brown. Fuck.
I don't think AJ Green's in the NFL anymore.
I will say this was one of my favorite picks yesterday because there was 2 A+ ratings in that trench report I was telling you guys about yesterday.
I'm so sick of hearing about this fucking trench report.
2-0, Brian. ATS. Broncos not only covered, but they won outright. And then the Lions. Those were the only 2-0 of the top 5 picks in the trench report. Went 3-1 yesterday. Tonight's the Jags, so we'll figure it out. The only loss was the Cardinals, which we'll get into, and how fluky that was. But other than that, it's 3-1 yesterday. ATS. Pretty good. Broncos dominated.
Well, I don't know about dominated. They dominated that fourth quarter. 18 points in the fourth quarter. They scored a touchdown. Went for 2-point conversion to put them up 1, by the way. So that was late in the game when they weren't sure if they were, going to get another crack at it. I want to see what time this was. Probably 5 minutes left. 7 minutes left. They go for 2 to go up 1. They end up getting another field goal when they couldn't punch the ball in a little bit later. And then, the Eagles had a minute and Jalen Hurts threw up a Hail Mary. And honestly, the 2 guys with the best chance to get it were Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Both of them jumped and both of them basically interfered with each other's catch and just laid down on the ground like fish for a while. First loss for the Eagles. Thank God they have been in my opinion, they've had a lot of luck on their side over these first couple weeks to end up where they are. So finally, some of that comes home.
Imagine so they were already rated the luckiest team in the league. If they would have caught that to win the game, it just would have piled on even more. It would have just been like nothing is stopping this team this year. Nothing. If they would have caught that.
It wouldn't be like this is what I'll say. Like, it was a really great throw by Jalen, and both of those guys high pointed it. So it wouldn't have been one of those Hail Marys that gets like fucking the Bears, that gets like tipped around and lands in somebody's. It would have been somebody going up there and high pointing a really good ball in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, it would have been a great play, but I mean, just the fact that you converted a Hail Mary, what are the odds? And did you see Jalen Hurts? He's actually he might have to be bumped up on the football IQ, Beardo. If you pan out, he was running down the field in case he was never going to be there if it did get tipped back to him, but he was at least trying.
I'm going to be honest. By the time that ball hit his receiver's hands, he was probably on like the 10-yard line, which, you know what? You never know what could happen. If that ball does get tipped back or something, he could have conceivably been in a position to grab a ricochet.
Yeah, it could have bounced off another person's hands and then into his. You never know. That was smart. I was impressed.
Football IQ.
It's about the only fucking thing he's good for is his legs. So respect to Jalen Hurts. He did have almost 300-yard passing, but he did throw the ball 40 fucking times in this game. And 23 for 38. Bo Nix wasn't that much more efficient. Like I said, both of these quarterbacks had difficulty sustaining drives. But shit, got it done. The Broncos, 3-2.
I'm wondering if they just flew out from I would imagine they just flew out from Philly over to London. Like, why would you go back?
Probably. I
know they planned that like before the season starts, but I haven't looked at it yet. If that was the game, you would think Sean Payton would want to do something like that.
I don't think you'd want to go back to altitude for a couple days just to go to London, but
yeah,
but probably not. But who knows? The Broncos have been on the receiving end of some bad luck, this season as well. That fucking field goal that got called for leveraging and all that stuff against the Colts.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Still hurts. Right. Lost a big bet on that.
But let's catch up with some of these super chats, then we'll get back to the games. Raven and Writing Desk, member for 18 months.
Let's go.
Thank you, Raven and Writing Desk. Chris Cranford to Buccaneers, baby. Let's fucking go. Baker friggin' Mayfield. I got a Baker clip for everybody today.
Oh, yeah, the one where he's cussing out the Seahawks fans.
When we get to that game, I got a clip for you from good old Baker. I was talking a lot of shit about Seattle yesterday, too, so I needed Baker to pull that one through for me. Little Orphan Funkhauser, ship the Dolphins to Japan for consumption. Fuck my life. That is the next game we're going to get to, Little Orphan Funkhauser. Net Steeler for 2. Steelers, the only AFC North team not to lose yesterday. They're also the only one with a healthy quarterback. Well, with their starting quarterback from the beginning of the season still playing. Joe Flacco benched, Lamar Jackson hurt, Joe Burrow hurt. Aaron Rodgers still.
They didn't lose yesterday because they're on a bye.
Yeah. Can you believe that the Ravens are still favored to win that division in the betting market?
Fuck.
I'm considering this week placing some on the Steelers because I don't think the Ravens are going to come back and win it.
Especially not with how they've looked in general, even when they're healthy.
Yeah.
Fuck the Steelers, though, man. Joe, man, my Ravens defense was so ass. We made bum-ass CJ look good. Rip this season. Love you guys. Fuck my life, says Joe, man. To be fair, the defense is beat the hell up, but holy shit, they were bad yesterday. B. Jane for 5. Team USA had a hard-fought second at MX of Nations. Aussies are too good. Motocross of Nations. Lawrence Brothers. Now a break till Anaheim in January at Angel Stadium.
Yep. Angel Stadium's always doing the motocross and the monster trucks and shit.
Jesus for 5. Hey, Ryan, how about them Cowboys? I picked them, Jesus. Beardo, next time the Giants play the Cowboys, let's bet loser takes a paddle up the ass. Reference from the movie Beer Fest.
I'm good. You can keep your money, Jesus. Thank you for the 5.
No confidence, apparently. Eric K for 2. Jay said he'd give you pumpkin spice dude wipes. He did give me some.
Can confirm.
Yeah, he didn't give me any.
As a Cards fan, Flame of Anor, for $10. As a Cards fan, yesterday was unacceptable. I hope this is Murray's last season and they fire the manager who is so confident of this offense they only drafted defensive players. The Cardinals, that is one of the worst losses we've ever seen. And we will get to it. And I predicted that Kyler Murray was going to throw up all over himself. I don't think you can put the majority of the blame on Kyler for this loss specifically. No. Joe Mann for 5, Justin 1 Reed Fields. Yep. Eric K, did anyone see the Texans offensive line all blocking one guy while the quarterback got sacked by the rest of the defensive line? I think that was from last week. I didn't see that one. I think that was from last week. I do know what you're talking about, though, Eric. I think that clip was from last week when the Texans lost. Or maybe that's even from more than that because they won against the Titans last week. But that clip has been out there for a little bit. All right. Another game that we all looked at and were like, fuck, man, this is ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins, who suck. The Panthers, who suck. And it looked like the Dolphins had this one in the bag, man. 17-0 at halftime. Bryce Young honestly looked lost and fucking awful. He looked absolutely terrible. The way we've seen Bryce Young look so often in this is his third year now, by the way. In his first 2 years and change, he looked very lost. He looked very scared at times. He's lucky that in the game at one point, he tried calling for a fucking timeout when they didn't have any. I guess they were only up 17. They were only up 17-10 at halftime. My bad.
They scored right before half, which was huge to make it a one-score game.
Right, and that's what made me think of it because on that drive, Bryce Young tried calling timeout. They didn't fucking have one. Luckily, it wasn't a penalty or anything, but he looked fucking terrible. And the Dolphins somehow looked worse in the second half. Rico Dowdle had a monstrous game on the ground, over 200 yards rushing after Chuba Hubbard got the bench. And I think they've got their guy going forward with Rico Dowdle.
I don't think he had 200. I don't think he had 200 all last season with the Cowboys, which is wild. What did you say, Beardo? Sorry.
I said getting Xavier Legette back for the Panthers was huge yesterday. He had a big game, especially in the second half, helped them march down the field to win the game. So the Carolina Panthers, they just dominated the second half.
I'm just happy that I finally, on this show on Sports Wars, my bet of the week finally came through. It only took 5 weeks, but it finally came. I shoved all in with all my remaining Survivor picks on Carolina. We were playing I think we were playing darts, Weirdo, and I looked at you and I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. This sucks. We're done.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they came back.
They came back and got it. They're now 2-0 at home. And it is just another saga in the embarrassing story of the Dolphins. I saw a lot of people the game started and they're like, hey, maybe the Dolphins will be better without Tyreek Hill. Not going to fucking happen. Tyreek Hill, regardless of whether he's catching passes or not, changes the game. He changes the way the defense has to spread and account for him. Like, they were never going to be better without Tyreek Hill. And, early on, they got, your boy, Darren Waller, involved.
My boy.
Early on in the game, Beardo. They got him involved early on in the game. It looked good. He kind of disappeared in the second half. I don't know if they stopped targeting or if that was an adjustment by Carolina to cover him better. But this could have been a moment for the Miami Dolphins to kind of, two bad teams you're facing in a row in the Jets and the Panthers and get that record back to 2-3. But I think that this just confirms that what so many of our suspicions are, that Mike McDaniel's not going to last after the season. It's done. It's fucking done.
He's defeated. Mike McDaniel's is done. And he shows it by his body language.
I mean, to be fair, I think he always walks around with that kind of like cuck nerd look. So it's tough to tell. But there he is right now. Look at him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. And also when he was walking out of the field through the tunnel, it was a little bit more exaggerated than usual.
He looked really sad.
Yeah.
Now this game, I will easily say this was my worst pick of the week by far. This was my worst pick of the week by far, and it wasn't even close. And it's mostly just because I don't really like the Texans that much. And I thought that the Texans, coming off their win against the Titans, which was basically fucking meaningless, I thought Baltimore would sack up a little bit. I thought Cooper Rush would play a little bit better. I thought they'd put up some sort of defense against this team. Nothing. The Texans absolutely obliterated them the entire fucking game, every phase of the game. And to be fair, the Ravens are down, it feels like 10 starters, when you look at both sides of the ball. But just an unacceptable performance from them. They need Lamar Jackson back desperately. Cooper Rush not getting the job done. 3 picks. Only had 6 incompletions, but 3 fucking picks for CJ.
Derrick Henry, 33 yards on 15 carries. In a few weeks, I'm going to need an apology because I was the first one to fucking say that Derrick Henry's fucking washed and he's going to be downhill. Average 2 yards per carry. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, I've been fading the Ravens all season.
And you picked him in this
And my
game.
dumbass, I picked the Ravens yesterday because I don't have any faith in the Houston Texans. But, man, they proved me wrong yesterday.
He averages just as much as Arch Manning got. So, what's that say?
Yeah.
I mean, look, the game plan for the Houston Texans defense was fucking load the box, sell out on Henry, and let Cooper Rush beat you if he can. And
this was just embarrassing. I know the Ravens are hurt, but I mean, still, before going into the season, the Ravens on paper had the best overall roster. And you're down, guys, but this is season on the line, 1-3. You're playing this terrible Texans offense. I mean, Baltimore defense made CJ Stroud look like he knew how to throw the football again yesterday. It was embarrassing. I'm very bitter. The Ravens are dead to me. Beardo knows this. I had a 4-leg parlay. 3 of the legs cashed. Last leg, I needed the Ravens. Never had a chance. Never a hope. I don't know. I don't care if the Ravens play, or if Lamar plays next week. This team is done. I don't know why they're favored to win their division. It's another reason why I'm sitting here thinking I'm betting against them on that, because if I can get over even money, that the Ravens don't win their division and don't make the playoffs, you can get like plus 120 that they don't make the playoffs. I don't see how they bounce back. They have a tough schedule still. They have the Rams next week. They still have to go to Minnesota. They have 2 games with Cincy, one of them which Burrow should be back. They still have the Steelers again. They have a couple cupcakes in there, but I mean, based off of how they've been playing, I don't think you can say anything's a cupcake for them.
You forgot about the Chicago Bears. All right.
Yeah.
The
that
Bears.
was the cupcake I was talking about.
Fuck you. But yeah, the Ravens 1-4, dude. I don't know if anybody would have predicted this before the season. I don't care how much Beardo talks about Derrick Henry. I don't think he would have thought the Ravens were going to be 1-4.
They were the Super Bowl favorites going into the season, them and the Bills. And the Eagles were right behind them.
Glad I didn't fucking pick them. This game, bros. The Titans won this game, but they did not really win this game.
What an absolute collapse by Arizona.
The Arizona Cardinals lost this game. And you can look at a couple different people, including the person who led them in rushing yards, DeMarcado. Only had 3 carries. One of them was, I believe, a 70-yarder that should have been a touchdown. It wasn't a touchdown because for the second week in a row, some dumb motherfucker let go of the ball before they crossed the fucking goal line.
What was your opinion on that? Because it's really close. I think it's a fumble.
It 100% was a fumble. There was one, because some of them, you got to have the right camera angle. There was one camera angle from like up above that showed it very clearly, like at the half-yard line is when he basically let go of that thing. And it wasn't because of the defender coming in there, smack it. He let it go.
That's what it looked like at first when you're watching it live. It looked like the defender punched it out. No, he willfully let it go.
Yeah, this is the play right here. Let me add this back in. This is the play.
On 3rd and short. First down, DeMarcado.
I mean, and he just fucking takes it to the house. Great blocking, great run, great play, and then he fucking lets it go.
Touchdown!
Now,
Jeez.
the Tennessee player knew immediately. Sneed knows immediately he's saying what happened. Now, it is very difficult from this angle specifically to tell because this angle, it's tough.
It looks like he might have crossed the plane.
Yes, but when you get a actual more goal line, kind of above the goal line look, it's very obvious because they called it a touchdown. They had to overturn it, and it was absolutely a fucking fumble. But if you thought that was crazy, if you thought that play was ridiculous, and that was one of the only ridiculous plays that led to fucking Tennessee coming back in this game, getting that safety, then getting the ball back, just you wait. Because there was this play. Cam Ward looked like shit in this game. He's kind of looked like shit all year. He's a rookie. He's on a bad team. So I'm not holding too much against him. But you had this play.
Level, and you know what? You see things that you've never seen before if you hang around long enough.
Now, I don't know where the fuck that ball is even really going. Maybe back here somewhere. Gets tipped. Gets picked. A great play to pick this. Then what happens?
We call this an ABA play. A offense.
Just fucking lets the ball go.
Yeesh.
It wasn't even contact. He just kind of fucking fell on the ground weird. No contact.
We call this an ABA play. A offense has the football originally. B recovers it or intercepts.
Jeez, man.
Tyler Lockett gets a touchdown on the play.
I would say just lay on the ball and just go down by contact right there while you're still winning the game. But in that situation, that wouldn't even matter because he let up the ball before he was even while he was, still maintaining possession of it.
Well, I think it's because he was trying to stand back up is why he ended up.
He might have, but he let go of it before he even made a move to try to stand back up and do something with it. Just what a unfortunate play.
At that point, everyone should have known the Titans were going to come back and win that game.
Smith did a good job of saying interception. You see now he completes the interception.
Look at that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's so fucking wild, dude. And then he's got a shot at it, and he just fucking boots it. Where the fuck? Oh, bat. And then somehow, if you got Tyler Lockett in fantasy, unfortunately, Cam Ward's throwing the ball, but fuck. He got a touchdown on that play.
Crazy. Going back to the one where the running back fumbled at the goal line. Some of these contracts for these younger skill position guys, running back, wide receiver, DBs, if you're young, it should be in their contract that they'll lose or get fined by the team. They'll lose money. You get fined by the team. If you have a play like that and you let go of the ball before the goal line, you get fined by the team. But unfortunately, it would be found as racist. It's racism to have that in your contract. So it'll never happen.
Bill Belichick back in the day would have just cut you.
I mean, yeah, you can do that. But I guarantee you, if that was in your contract where if you got fined $50,000 if you drop the ball on the goal line when you're about to score a touchdown, nobody would do it.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, if you're one of those guys, you might just lose your fucking contract. You know what I mean? I don't know why this happens. I don't know how this happens for these guys to kind of lose focus that way. I'm not sure. But you can see, here's Mercado, who is being consoled on the sidelines by offensive linemen. And look, they are weak at running back right now. They are slim at running back. Trey Benson just went on IR, who is their backup to James Conner, who's out for the season. Look at Jonathan Gannon, head coach. Look at him fucking tear him into him. This will play. I mean, he's fucking pissed.
Hitting him and shit. Yeah, he's pissed.
He was getting a little physical with him. Yeah,
he was.
He's it looks like he's fucking almost crying. He does look very upset. You know what I mean?
Well, clearly he hasn't watched Chad Powers, the TV show, because that's how Chad Powers ruins his life, is by fumbling at the 1 yard line. So these guys got to start watching that show.
Maybe he was just trying to pump him up, Give him a little pep talk.
There was
get back out there.
There was other stuff that was weird about this game as well. The center snapped the ball when I don't think he was supposed to snap the ball.
And he hit Kyler Murray in the head.
Hit Kyler Murray
had to get taken.
Face mask.
And Kyler Murray had to get taken to the locker room because the football hit his head and his head whipped back.
That wasn't why. It was for a leg thing, they said. But that's what it was for. Like, because then people were like, did Kyler Murray just get a fucking concussion from he came back in, so obviously he didn't get a concussion. But it did like shock him to the point where the ball was laying on the ground and he didn't go dive at it, you know, and it was like an easy turnover for the Titans. So many things went wrong for the Cardinals. An embarrassing fucking loss for the Cards. This is not Tennessee gets a win. This is not a win for the Tennessee Titans. This was in every way. The Cardinals threw this fucking game away.
Between the Titans and then the Niners winning on Thursday, ruined so many survivor pools. It was amazing. Which I was rooting for. I said that on the show yesterday. I'm rooting for them. I didn't think they'd actually do it.
I said I had a feeling, you know, that this might be a game where the Cardinals do the Cardinals thing. But I figured it'd be Kyler Murray throwing a couple picks. That was not the case. The game of the day. The game of the day.
Yes.
I can't believe anyone doubted Baker Mayfield.
Shame
379 yards passing, only 4 incompletions, 2 touchdowns. And this is not to take anything away from Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played incredibly well also. Now, he had a pick at the end or in the fourth quarter that led to Tampa Bay in that game-winning drive. I do think it got deflected off somebody's helmet to who's their fucking middle linebacker who's been their middle line, Levante David, for a pick there in Seattle territory. Otherwise, the Seahawks might have gone down and scored a fucking field goal. But that doesn't matter. Baker pulls it out. Baker right now is the motherfucking MVP. You think Daniel Jones can hold a candle to this man right here? 10 touchdowns, only 1 pick. And also keep in mind how banged the fuck up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are. Offensive lineman problems. Bucky Irving's hurt. Receivers in and out of the fucking lineup. It doesn't matter because they have the man, the myth, the legend, Baker fucking Mayfield.
And his new weapon. Can we just give Ibuka the rookie offensive player of the year? This guy's a stud. Was he got a touchdown in every game?
I believe he does. It certainly feels like it, at least. And dude, Ohio State wide receivers, they don't make good quarterbacks, all right, but they make great wide receivers there at Ohio State.
Yes, they do.
Even some guys that come in thinking they're going to be quarterback end up playing wide receiver and getting 1,000 yards like Terrell Pryor, you know? So,
I mean, what else can you say about this game? Just very back and forth, competitive, instant classic game.
I got this one wrong, but I got it right. What did I tell you yesterday, Ryan? I said, when I pick the Seahawks, they screw me and they lose. So you should felt good yesterday. And sure enough, Baker came through. He came through. I hate the Seahawks.
Yeah, and I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba, I'm pretty sure he's an Ohio State guy too, isn't he, on the other side of the ball there? Yeah. He's having a great season himself. And this was a great showdown. And, you know, we all are prisoners of the moment because that's usually all that matters the most is the moment. And Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold are 2 quarterbacks who got written off by multiple teams before.
Yep.
And both of them right now, I mean, what are they? They're 9-year point in the league, somewhere around there. I don't even know how long these guys have been around. Both of them are now playing pretty fucking damn good football. I mean, there's Sam Darnold. We didn't know what it would look like when he moved away from, you know, Kevin O'Connell and Minnesota and the structure and everything there. And has he been perfect? No, but he's played very fucking well in Seattle.
What sucks too is he was leading the Seahawks to a comeback, having a big fourth quarter. It looked like Seattle was going to win that one with the last second field goal, but then he ends up making the mistake with that interception, giving Tampa Bay the easy chip shot field goal to end the game. Yeah, but great performance by both guys.
I think this is it right here. And I don't know if this gets picked either way. It is great reaction time from Levante David, but it does hit a helmet if you watch, right? So he's getting tackled, and it hits one of these helmets, maybe even his own guys. And it deflects a little bit. And Levante David, just great fucking reaction to grab that thing. And that was it.
Is this like the all-time best throwback game for both teams?
It's one of them.
Throwback jersey. Those jerseys are sick.
I love the Bucs jerseys. The Seahawks ones are fine, yeah.
I like it, the old school Seattle one, better than what the green and shit that they've had recently.
I agree. I think the lime green, the neon green is fucking ugly.
But we got to get to this because Baker and a Seattle Seahawks fan were shit talking before the game. All right. Baker came back reminding this fucker after the game was over. He didn't forget. So Baker's like, these guys are yelling at Baker saying, you're going to be real fucking quiet at halftime. You're going to be real quiet at halftime.
You're a fucking pussy.
And then look at after the game.
3 hours later.
No, you still suck. You still suck. You still suck.
I fucking told you, bro. The fact that Baker went back to that guy to tell him that is what makes Baker Mayfield Baker Mayfield. It's why if he's on a losing team, it can be easy to hate the guy. But when he's fucking winning, bro, oh, it's good.
He's fun. Are they the best team in the league right now? I mean, out of all the 4-1 teams?
I don't think you can say that right now until they get healthy, because realistically, when you look at Tampa and you look at the games that they've won, they had to come back and beat the Falcons. They barely beat the Texans. They barely beat the fucking Jets. They did lose to the Eagles. Now, they came back in that game, but their first fucking punt of the game got blocked, return for a touchdown. They're immediately down. And then they had to come back and beat the fucking Seahawks at the end. Like, so they have had a lot of luck on their side. Despite my praise for Baker, they've had a lot of luck on their side these first couple games. Multiple fourth quarter comebacks, last drive touchdowns for Baker. So I don't know. I don't know if we can say that.
Best 4-1 is probably the Colts. Bills, very close second.
I would say the Lions. I would say the Lions are probably the best 4-1. If you consider like health and everything in it. I don't think it's the Bills. We saw with the Bills, there's just sometimes when Josh Allen, the rest of his team can't do anything, he's got to put, the team on his back, which he does time and time again. But when, like we saw against the Patriots, we'll get to that. Sometimes it's not enough. I don't know. They're heavily reliant on just him.
Mm-hmm.
I would take the Lions overall team versus the Bills.
But there's no way in hell that I would want to go to Tampa and play Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers.
Though. No.
Everyone's saying we're sleeping on the Niners.
Hell.
Listen, I have the Niners in the Super Bowl. You still can't say that. I mean, until the Niners get healthy, we're going to put health into this. The Niners can't be in that top team conversation until they actually are healthy.
Bro, they don't even know who's fucking a better quarterback, Mac Jones or the motherfucker they paid $60 million a year to. The fucking Niners. But yeah, the Bucs have had to deal with a lot of injuries, but I do think they've come up on the right end of a couple coin flips. Now, some of that's because of Baker, but it's tough for me to say they're the best team in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the team who had one bad game in week 1 against the Packers and have kind of just fucking steamrolled a lot of other teams here, the Detroit Lions. And I don't even think that this score is indicative of how close the fucking game was, if I'm being honest.
It's very similar to the Dallas Jets game. The Detroit Lions put a spanking on the Bengals, and the Bengals made the score a little bit closer in the fourth quarter.
Cincinnati fucking scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth there.
Yeah.
Jake Browning was just look, he is good for 3 picks a fucking game at this point. I think it's almost safe to say. Jamar Chase at one point in this game was tied for the lead in tackles because he had to make tackles when fucking Jake Browning was turning the ball over. He had 3 tackles in the game. Put up Travis Hunter stat lines, all right? The Bengals are so fucking bad, dude.
They're terrible.
And I do not know how they haven't made a play for a quarterback. I do not know how they haven't made a call even for Jameis fucking Winston or something.
Did you hear Zach Taylor's comments about it?
No, what did he say?
He said that nobody knows this offense better than Jake Browning, and that he's comfortable with Jake Browning in the position, that Jake Browning is a good, consistent quarterback for them, and that they have no desire to go looking to bring somebody in.
I mean, he does. He's been there forever. So, I mean, he does know the offense. Doesn't mean you can run it efficiently. But I don't think it matters if you're the Bengals. I don't know. Like, everyone's like, they need to go trade for a quarterback. There are problems at offensive line, you know?
And their defense sucks.
I don't think if you get Russell Wilson back there or any of these other quarterbacks is going to be any better than what Jake Browning's doing, because that offensive line is terrible.
Yeah, for the past 6 years, that's been their problem, is offensive line. And trust me, I know. I'm a Giants fan.
So maybe their plan is just to be terrible, get a high draft pick, and use it on an actual good offensive lineman. I don't know. We'll see.
It feels like does Zach Taylor, is there any heat on Zach Taylor at all? Or is the fact that Joe Burrow's injured alleviate any and all possible concerns?
Correct.
I think it depends on Joe Burrow. I think if Burrow wants Taylor gone after this season, management or ownership gets rid of him. It depends on their relationship.
I could see that being a possibility as well, but I think right now, since Joe Burrow's injured, Zach Taylor's job is safe. But if Burrow does go to ownership and say, "Hey, you got to do something here," and he gives some recommendations on what he wants done, they might consider it.
Yeah, I think too. Don't be surprised if Hendrickson's gone. They might just trade him away because he's going to be gone next year. He's got no tag clause now, so they might be sellers at the trade deadline.
Yeah, we'll see. But to talk about Detroit a little bit, they fucking rolled. It looked easy all day. Jared Goff, very fucking efficient, not asked to do too much. I don't know if they did have one turnover. I don't really recall what that was in the game. But
Montgomery had a passing touchdown, did he not?
I think he did.
He had a passing touchdown.
David Montgomery, I believe, did have a passing touchdown to one of their tight ends. And he also rushed the ball in. Jameer Gibbs had a rushing touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown did his fucking thing. The Lions are healthy and they're rolling, man.
They look good.
They look good, man.
They looked very good. Not quite as inspired, maybe, as when they played Ben Johnson at home, but they look good. This game, talking about offensive line problems. We knew the Chargers were banged up on the offensive line coming into this game. They only became more banged up as the game went on. I felt like you had, at one point, they were cycling in and out different fucking tackles because one of them kept getting hurt or couldn't go or whatever. Justin Herbert eventually was just fucking under attack. And this is a game that I feel the game felt a little bit closer than this final score feels like, at least for most of it. There's a tie game going into halftime. But in that second half, the Washington defense just got after Justin Herbert, man.
Trench report. It said it. I told you.
I don't fucking care about the damn trench report, dude. The fucking trench report.
I know, but it came through. Look at the second half. He was under duress. That was the difference in the game. I mean, I thought we were in trouble there. I had the Commanders, and the Chargers came out hot and then couldn't do anything. And then the second half, like you were saying, Herbert was just running for his life, constantly getting hit. Whatever passes he was able to get off wasn't easy. Good win by the Commanders coming back, because the Commanders weren't fully healthy either. They had some guys out.
Terry McLaurin not there for them. Jaden Daniels coming off that injury, and I thought Jaden looked fine. You know what I mean? That run game was on fucking point for them. What's this motherfucker's name? Is he in the fucking? Oh, he's right there. Krosky Merritt, or whatever the fuck his name is. It seemed like every time you turned around, he was busting one.
Yeah, and the biggest thing with me,
pick, dude.
The biggest thing with me in this game, putting the trench report aside, was the Chargers are already dealing with line issues, and then you have Joe Alt go out, who had just switched to left tackle at the beginning of the season. So now you're putting someone new in at left tackle where you were already playing a guy who is a great lineman but hadn't really played left tackle. So that's why I had concerns about the Chargers yesterday. And I mean, we saw it. They couldn't put up any points after the first quarter. And it's not like this Commanders defense is like great. It's not terrible, but it's not like one of the top tier defenses in the league.
I think they're solid. I think that the Redskins defense is really solid, and I think it's helped by their offense's ability to sustain drives when they do have the ball. Because of that run game and because of what you're able to do when you have a quarterback like Jaden Daniels and work him into that game, and you have to account for him in the run game. I think that opens up a lot of shit. I don't think that can last forever. I think people eventually account for that, but they're fucking rolling, man. This is their game to get ready for the real matchup next Monday night against the Chicago Bears.
Yep.
Against the Chicago Bears.
I'm
not looking
DC.
forward to seeing for the demons from last year coming back to haunt me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Hail Mary at the end.
It wasn't
That's
just
one of the
Hail
most-
Mary, it was the guy not looking, just like
Pretty much.
waving by.
Pretty much. He's
Tyreek
like
Stevenson
he's
was
celebrating with the fans and everything.
Tyreek Stevenson was talking shit when the ball was snapped, had to fucking go back into play. He's the one that made that tip. Fucking brutal. That is one of the worst I've ever felt.
Is that worse than the double doink?
I don't think that's worse than the double doink because that's a playoff game and all that shit. But
Did you watch it live?
the double doink? Or
No. The Hail Mary last year.
Yes, were we in San Antonio, Beardo?
Oh shoot, we might have been.
I was watching it in a hotel room.
Did you
Okay.
get a feeling, like a gut feeling, when you saw him taunting the crowd that, oh shit? Like,
No, because you
Like,
didn't
no.
see that in the
A lot of that came afterwards, like in
Okay.
Twitter clips or whatever.
Yeah, you didn't see that in the actual broadcast, at least not before it happened, obviously. But that was a game. It was kind of a messy, dirty game. No one could really get anything going. But in the fourth quarter, Caleb Williams made a couple great fucking throws, drove the team down there, scored the fucking touchdown to go ahead. And there's barely any time left on the clock. And I'm feeling awesome, right? Because there was this Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniel bullshit last year. And I'm thinking, yes, fuck yes. He goes down, fucking not a great game for either of them statistically. Not a great game for either of these offenses, but Caleb goes down there in the fourth quarter, sustained drive down the field, crunch time, fucking touchdown. That's what it's about, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then the luckiest fucking play in history. And all of a sudden the script is completely different. That destroyed the Bears season. They lost 11 games in a row after that.
yeah.
11 games in a row after that. I
Damn.
believe. Maybe starting with that. It might have been the first in a streak of 11 that they lost.
I remember in San Antonio, I was at a wing bar, and what I remember is watching the Bucks and the Ravens, and that's when Chris Godwin had his ankle ripped off.
That did happen that night as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That did. I think we must have been in San Antonio.
Mhm.
But then, I mean, this is Will's time to celebrate here because dude, Drake May played an awesome fucking game. Drake May looked really solid, kept making plays. I do not know why the Buffalo Bills refused to do something, refused to stop stunting, refused to just do something to keep him from rolling out to the right because it was just happening all fucking game long. That they allowed him to escape out to the right there and with very little adjustments. But Drake May played a hell of a game, dude. And the New England Patriots go into Buffalo and take this game from the Bills.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Listen, you guys know, I was saying I fully believe that Buffalo was going to crush us. Like,
What the fucking trench report say about this? Why don't you bring up the fucking trench report when you
Yeah,
don't
come on.
pick this?
because it was like negligible. It wasn't one of the top picks. It actually had the Bills with a better run advantage in this one, which clearly didn't seem to play a part because Josh Allen was the leading rusher for their team. No, I was shocked by this. So I literally got off, or I landed. My plane landed, and the first text messages I get is from buddies from high school that I haven't heard from in years telling me, dude, Drake May looks legit. And I'm like, what? And I turn on the game, and I saw the very end of the game, and I'm like, how in the hell? And then I watched all the highlights and stuff like that. I didn't see any of this, but I'm excited that they won, even though I bet against them, because this is a huge win, whether they want to talk about officiating or not. I didn't see it. I don't know. But to go to Buffalo and get a win, and it was Sunday Night Football, which is cool. That's huge for the division, for the standings, and now the Patriots. I'm still writing off this year for Drake May. I don't care what he does. I just want to see improvements. Next year is when I'm going to really start criticizing him if he continues to make some dumb mistakes and whatnot, like we've seen this season so far. But as long as they can be competitive, they've now established themselves as a team people have to take serious. Like, it's not an easy out with the Patriots right now, I feel like, if they continue on the path that they're on. I don't think they're that good, but I don't think they're like bottom half of the league.
They can score, man. They put up a lot of points. They are very competitive.
One thing I missed in this game, and I can't believe I overlooked, and you let me overlook, Beardo.
Revenge game, Stephon Diggs.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. I did forget about that one yesterday morning.
Catches 146 yards. How did we miss that?
But I did tell you that Mike Vrabel would outcoach Sean McDermott.
Yeah, I didn't see the game.
But I was not expecting Drake May to have the night that he did last night. He played exceptionally well. Will texted me after the Patriots won. He goes, "I never had a doubt."
Dude, at least another one of our running backs went down. So maybe, at least, I mean, Ramondre Stevenson's good for a fumble a game. Maybe they'll decide to just get
out for the season, dude. Torn ACL.
Was Stevenson? Is it Stevenson's that's out?
No, your boy number 4.
What's his name? Gibson. He's out. Maybe we'll finally give the ball to Henderson. I don't know why
Henderson's so absent, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Why.
I know. I don't know why. Like we got Ramondre that just keeps fumbling. Why don't we let Trayvon Henderson after the?
He did have a very brutal fumble in the game, but
the first fucking drive of the game, I think, for the Patriots.
Well, but that was the story of the first quarter. The story of the first quarter was fumble, turnover, fumble.
Yes, the first half. You mentioned officiating briefly. This is what I will say. There was about 1 million fucking penalties in this game.
Okay.
I don't think it was particularly advantageous towards either team, honestly. You can't trust what we see on social media because all of these dog shit fucking clickbait engagement farming posts, all of them are being paid by LASIK to promote like bad calls. And it only works when they do the most popular teams. So remember how it was Chiefs all last fucking season when anything possibly questionable happened or even didn't happen and they were trying to make up bullshit? This year, the targets are Eagles and Bills. That's what it feels like now. And so I didn't see anything particularly advantageous towards either team. I saw a lot of fucking penalties called throughout the fucking game, a lot of penalties called. And I felt like it hurt the Bills more earlier on and maybe hurt the Patriots a little more later on in the game. But it was fucking spread throughout.
So at least felt somewhat fair, not just egregious one way or the other then.
Yeah, I mean, look at these penalties, bro. Fucking 11 for 90 for the Buffalo Bills, 10 for 93 for the Patriots, 8 for 93. This does not even include multiple plays where they were offsetting penalties on both teams. You know, that's just the accepted penalties. So it was bad. And if we go through
that first quarter with the turnovers alone was ugly.
So here's the first quarter. Punt, fumble, punt, fumble, field goal.
Yeah.
It was messy.
It was bad.
It was a very messy game. And Patriots got out to that lead and the Bills could not come back. And
if you told me it was going to be a messy game, then I would have been like, well, I think I like my Patriots in that spot if it's going to be messy. That's the Vrabel coaching there.
BZ, who's obviously a Bills fan, no, fuck that, Ryan. The Bills had 10 penalties to 1 for the Pats at one point in the game. Like I literally just said.
Get fucking more discipline then. Why are you bitching?
Well, I literally just said that I thought the Bills had more penalties called on them early and more penalties called on the Patriots later on in that game. That's what it felt like to me. But I don't think any of the penalties were like egregious or anything like that. Or like maybe some of them where it's like, do you really need to call that type of thing? But I don't think there was anything that was like fucking phantom whatever, you know?
Hey, I'll take the win. I'll take the win. I'm excited about my Patriots for the first time in a while. So
what I would like to see is fewer penalties called, period. But that would require a little bit cleaner game on both sides of the ball.
Yurdo pointed that out at the game we were at this weekend. We were like almost to halftime. He's like, we haven't seen a penalty yet. And I go, I know, right? These guys are just playing like ass. It's like,
so that's all those games. We still have one game tonight, and it is Chiefs Jags. Chiefs, Jags in this game. I picked the Chiefs on Sunday. I'm going to stick with my pick. The Chiefs going into Jacksonville. I don't know if that 3.5 points might be a little much, but I do think that the Chiefs are going to win this game. I would say by a field goal. But look, Jacksonville, Beardo, you said that Jacksonville's sneaky good this year. I said they're sneaky bad this year.
We don't know. It's a coin flip at this point.
I'm tired of hearing about Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter sucks.
I don't pay attention to all the Travis Hunter narratives. And to be honest, I think in the past 2 weeks it's been a little quiet. I haven't been seeing it on Twitter at least, and I don't watch ESPN or Fox Sports 1 or whatever it's called now. But no, I've been thinking about this game all day today. I've been thinking if I'm going to switch my pick to Kansas City. I picked Jacksonville yesterday morning. I'm not going to. Don't worry, Ryan. I'm not going to. I'm sticking with Jacksonville in Duval. I'm picking them. I don't feel great about it, but I am going to pick the Jaguars today. I don't buy much into Beardo picks being a curse, because if that were the case, I would have picked the Chiefs yesterday, because I do want the Chiefs to lose. But I'm picking the Jaguars because I think they can get it done tonight.
Yeah, I do have to bail out, but I'll leave with my pick. Trench Report says Jags. I'm going Jags. That's all you need to know, Ryan. That's all you need to know. Give me the Jags. Give me those 3.5. They're going to win outright. Keep your 3.5. They're winning outright. Trench Report, all I'm trying to do is give you guys winners.
Did you bet outright on the Broncos yesterday?
Yes, I did.
There you go.
That was a nice little one.
There you go. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Kansas City's momentum can continue. Obviously, they had a really good game. That offense looked solid against the Ravens, who they destroyed. But this Ravens team, after getting demolished by the Texans, does that win look all that impressive? Certainly, this win's not impressive at all.
Thank you.
The one they had in week 3.
Ryan, I swear to God, you better not be going to Universal to NBC on Thursday to watch the Eagles-Giants game, because I'm going to be fucking miserable hearing you talk shit all fucking night on the Giants.
Well, I mean, look,
I'm
the
bailing
Eagles
out,
are going to
boys.
be playing
Good
too.
show. I got to go, though. Sorry.
All right, see you, Will. Hey, go check
All right,
out
Will.
Game On. Thanks, Will, for being here.
Later, guys. Have a good one. Go Jags.
Better will. Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't really planning on it. Now that you say you really hope I won't be there, I'll think about it more.
Fuck.
But I mean, look, Lee doesn't want me there because he doesn't want me to talk shit about the Eagles. You don't want me there because you don't want to hear me talk shit about the Giants. I would be rooting for the Giants if I went.
Okay, you can come.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You can come. Yeah.
But I think I would make both of you guys miserable, to be honest.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun. I'm gonna need all the beers just to have to deal with you that night.
Eric K with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Eric. Shout out to our mod, Eric K. Christian Rocker. They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. Fitting for the Cardinals.
Can't believe he's dead, man.
Denny Green dead?
He died like 10 years ago.
Why can't you believe it?
It's just weird, man. It's weird.
People die. It happens. Chris Curran for 2. Whoever gets a creamsicle jersey, I am taking. Bro, creamsicle jerseys are awesome. I like the creamsicles.
They're cool.
I just liked that white with the orange accent. I thought it looked really good.
It was clean.
And then the lurker from Bama for 5. My Eagles lost. What about that Tide though? Fly Eagles fly. Roll Tide. Are you an Eagles fan? Why are you an Eagles fan and a Bama? Or maybe you're like Jeremy.
Bandwagon.
Root for Jalen Hurts or something. Devontae Smith is from Alabama too, right?
Yeah, he won a Heisman.
Yeah. So maybe that's why. But thank you, lurker from Bama. But yeah, that's it for us. That's all the games that we went over. We got a lot of shit wrong.
Yeah.
About half and half. About half and half we got wrong. So we'll see how it turns out. You got anything going on, Beardo?
Yeah, I'll be live over on Geeks and Gamers Locals at around 8:05, 8:10. We're going to be doing the Monday Night Football game watch party over on Geeks and Gamers Locals. So make sure you guys are supported over there. And yeah, we'll just be watching the game. That's pretty much it.
There you go. I'm going live for the Fuck My Life podcast in about an hour. And it just so happens that the Cubs are going to be having their first pitch right as we fucking go live. So it'll either be a really good night or a really bad night. Depends how that game goes. Butter Biscuit says Boomer Sooner. Thank you, Butter Biscuit. Thank you. All right. That is it. We'll see you guys later. We appreciate you hanging out here or over on Rumble, and we will talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
See you.